Well, hello. Happy Monday. I really thought my certificate would show up there. Maybe I have to turn the camera more. But anyway, hello. Oh, she is on time. Holy moly. That is good to see. Good to see. No late fee this week. Yes, that's true. So. Yes, it's exciting. I have some exciting news this week. So, as you might be able to tell, yes, thank you, Marie. I have earned the prestigious Certificate of Achievement for I have successfully completed the Chopsticks Master Course, signed by the president too of the course. So yes, I'm certified Chopsticks Master now. So I just got that this week. So hey, how about that for excitement? So yes, I'll be sharing that maybe on a community post or something. So yeah, I appreciate that, and I am certified by Master Yoshi. So appreciate it. All good. So maybe I'll get that framed and have it put on the wall in a more appropriate place so we can all enjoy it. So there you have it. Yeah, so there's that. And another week. Hey, Mark Davis, good to see you. Hello to Marie. Hello to Vasily. I don't know if I missed anybody else along the lines here. I think I'm caught up for the moment. Mark Davis is here, which is awesome. Oh my goodness, Mark, the Jays. What? They really know how to test our patience, don't they? So, oh my goodness. But yes, thank you for watching the interview too. I guess Vasily said it was quite well viewed. So I didn't know people were that interested, but hopefully it gives you a little insight on what I do and all that. Hey, Kyle Walker's in the chat. Hello. Good to see you, but don't feel like you have to hang out if you got other pressing things going on, my good bud. And but Kyle, I'm sure you've noticed that I have my certificate on the wall here. I am the certificate of achievement that confirms that I have successfully completed the Chopsticks Master Course. So you can enjoy that. So yeah, thanks for everybody who watched the interview that Vasily and I collaborated on, I guess you could say. Appreciate him for working out the logistics on getting that to work. It was kind of filmed on a local TV station here for one of their public affairs shows, and I taped it a couple weeks ago. So I wanted to share it out. Oh my goodness, I'm already yawning. And I was having some issues with it being able to be seen on a number of servers. So Vasily was right on point with getting that up and running. So all good. I'm sure it's in the mail, Kyle. Don't worry. So, but yeah. So that was kind of fun. And what else? So yeah, there's that. Mike Mize, I do have a book for the Marie Palmer Book Nook segment for this week. I should take off the $5 sticker on the front cover. But I got this last year at one of the comic book shows, and it's not necessarily a comic book; it's a graphic novel. So it's not a traditional novel in terms of it's not all prose; it's illustrated. So, and I hadn't heard of it before, so I was kind of intrigued. And for $5, I thought it was pretty neat. It's called The 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton by Kyle Starks and Chris Schweitzer. Ta-da! And so a brief little synopsis of this is that it's in Hollywood, and Trigger Keaton is a kind of a famous old Hollywood action hero. and he's had a number of movies, and in each of these different movies, he's had different like sidekicks or co-stars. Hey, Derek, good to see you. Thanks for being here tonight. And so, they find out well, before that, I should say he's very ornery, not very likable, womanizing, kind of a stupid guy. But he's a big name, so he gets away with a lot of the stuff. Anyway, he's had these like they call them sidekicks, but they're like co-stars or supporting actors, actresses who've starred with him, and he's kind of made their life terrible. They've left every movie that he's worked with them on as being disappointed, so to speak. So when he ends up getting murdered, and so all of these different people are suspected of being involved with this because he's pretty much ruined their lives. So these are the different sidekicks, and they all get together to try to find out who the real killer is because they know they didn't do it. So it's interesting. And it's funny as hell too, because obviously they all have their own personalities, and Trigger Keaton has kind of got a personality too. So it was very fun. I liked it. It says volume 1. I don't think there was a volume 2, but I haven't looked to see if there was one. But it's a graphic novel. Here, I'll show you like some of the pictures and the art and stuff too. And it's interesting. I was able to get it for like $5. So I think that was a pretty easy price to go in and get it and enjoy it. So it was originally in comic book form. Like there was, I think, 6 maybe 8 issues, 7 issues, something like that. So yeah. And the price on here is $16.99 originally, from Image Comics. Collects the 6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton 1 through 6. So yeah, there was originally 6 issues, but it has a very satisfying ending. So like I said, it says volume 1, but I don't think there was a volume 2, but wow. So there you have it. So that's my Book Nook recommendation of the week, courtesy of Marie Palmer's Book Nook. So there you have it. And yeah, very cool. And I'm trying to think what else is going on that is yeah, $5 is pretty easy. I mean, for a $17 graphic novel, it's $12 off just to give it a read through and see. So hey, Matt Bross, very cool, glad to have you here. Brad Palmer's in the house. Awesome. So yeah, it's good to see a number of people here. I know some of the other online streamers are on at the moment, so I understand if people are pulled in different directions and whatnot, and that's totally fine. This is just my time to be on and do my thing, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, I understand if you're watching something else or doing something else. So no big deal. Just trying to stay consistent, so to speak. Sneaky Whatnot mentioned. I did get some stuff off of Whatnot this past week, but I was kind of a little disappointed with it because if Kurt stumbles in, I'll show him like one thing in particular that I think he would like to see. But I got some comics off there that was in a bulk lot, and I was led to believe they were in better shape than they are. So I was a little disappointed in that. But I did get a couple of treasuries and a couple graphic novels that were pretty cool. So, I mean, it all kind of evens out. What are you going to do? Take your chances. So can't complain. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my kind of my intro of different things catching you up on. And if you saw the thumbnail, then you know I have deeper things on my mind. Tomorrow is going to be 2 years since I've had my deep vein thrombosis and blood clot situation. And so it's just a weird anniversary to kind of look back on all of this. It's just kind of still like, I don't quite know exactly what to make of it all, but I thought I would just kind of share a little bit because this is going out it's public. So, anyone can come to the channel. So there might be people that are viewing it that, are dealing with a DVT, or blood clot issue or something, and just may be interested in hearing the story. So I'm just gonna share the story, and if it helps somebody, that's great. And if not, then we'll go back to our usual hijinks and craziness in no time at all. But I just thought, for those of you that do know me, um, you may have heard some of this already before, so you have to kind of bear with me. Um, but anyway, it's yeah, our April 13th, 2024, I was watching Uncharted on demand on TV, because of course I'm always like, 35 years behind on watching movies and things. And it was fine. I was getting ready for bed, and I just kind of noticed that my like left leg was a little swollen, and I'm like, just kind of like, that's a little strange, but it wasn't like crazy, but it was definitely swollen some. So I'm like, I don't know what was going on. Maybe like, I don't know, socks were tight or something. I mean, you never think of anything really crazy with this, but nothing hurt or anything. So I'm like, all right. So I just went to bed. So I got up in the morning, and on Sunday morning, the 14th, and because Frankie wanted to go out at like 6:30 in the morning, and I could not put a lot of pressure onto my left leg if I was trying to stand up on it. And it hurt. And I was also nauseous and sweating and just like everything. It was just like, it was crazy. So I'm trying to kind of hobble because I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And so I got my leash and stuff, and I took Frankie out the front door just so he can go to the bathroom. But I'm like, I hope he doesn't do anything crazy, because I can't run after him. I can't do anything. And, so he thankfully just did his thing quick and came right back in. And I'm kind of like sitting on the love seat going, this something is really, really wrong. This is like, something is not right. So, and you have to understand the context of what I really have never been in the hospital, like almost never. I had a surgery, but it wasn't an overnight stay, like a long, 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 long time ago. And so, I don't have like major health problems. And so I'm like, this is a new whole thing. So I ended up calling my parents, because they live fairly close to me. And my mom answered, and I'm like, I think you have to take me to the hospital, because something is really, really wrong. I can't put pressure on my left leg, and I got all these other things going on. So it's, something, we got to go somewhere. So she's all right, I'll be right down. So she was here in like, less than 10 minutes. And I just got in her car, and going down my stairs was an adventure. And because I really still couldn't put a lot of pressure on that leg. And off we went to one of the hospitals, and we got to the emergency room, and we had to sign in and all that good stuff. And I got into one of the examining rooms and things, and they're like, well, we're gonna do like an MRI and some other stuff just to see what we can find out, or ultrasound and an ultrasound and MRI. So I'm like, okay. So because I still didn't know what was going on either. And so they did all that and came back, and I'm in the room with my mom, and the doctor at the time comes in and goes, he was pretty blunt. I didn't know him before, obviously, or anything. And he was like, well, the results come back from this, and you have a large blockage all the way down your left leg. And you have multiple blood clots in both lungs. And he says that, and you're like, what? It's like, this happens to like other people. It's not like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, because I didn't have shortness of breath. I didn't have any other real problems. It's kind of was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, this is nothing we can treat right here. You need to have a vascular surgeon and specialist. So we are going to have to send you out to probably upstate, which is the big center in Syracuse. So I'm like, okay. But when, when they say there's multiple blood clots in both lungs, you're like, they get your attention because, honestly, the only experience I've had with this is when people say there's blood clots in the lung, it's like somebody's usually dead. It's like, they threw a blood clot and they're done. And so I'm like, okay. Hey, Mental Raccoon, good to see you. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're gonna go. My first ambulance ride. I'm riding up the thruway in the back of an ambulance going, what is going on? What is happening here? Yes, Matt, it is from 2 years ago. Yep, it's 2 years tomorrow. And so we get to the emergency room, and of course it's a busy hospital in Syracuse. And the doctor comes and he starts doing an echo, like it's like a smaller version of the echo, like on your heart, which was very uncomfortable. And it just makes you like, what in the hell is going? He's like, I'm trying to make sure there's no heart damage. I'm like, heart damage? Okay. And so they had to do another scan at the time. And the doctor basically comes to me and he goes, well, there's two options here. The first is, we can go in, or no, the first option is we can do nothing. And I'm pretty sure that the clots and everything will be absorbed, but it'll probably take about 6 months. And I'm like, what? I can't even move my leg really. And he has the other option is, we have a vascular surgeon that's coming in, and we will take you in the operating room and he'll do the thrombectomy, and you should see results within 24 hours. And I'm like, let's do that. let's do that. Oh my God. Yeah, Marie, I know it's close to home for you. So, meanwhile, so they take me upstairs and prep me. It's like 9 o'clock at night. And they wheel me into this room for the surgery. And I still am like, what? What in the hell is going on? And you have to lay on your stomach because the way that they operate is they go through the back of your knee. And, it's just, they wheel me in and the nurse goes, hi, I'm your cruise director. And I'm going to make sure that you're feeling really good and all this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because they don't really knock you out. They just kind of like semi-sedate you, so to speak, because you have to be able to follow instructions and things when they're talking to you. I didn't really feel like it did all that much, to be quite honest, but whatever. She was, I guess, nice. And so yeah, they go through the back of your knee. And the main thing I remember is I felt this really sharp pain in the back of my right knee, which is not the bad one. And I remember telling the surgeon, I'm like, that's not it's not, it's the left one that's the problem, right? He's like, yes, we know. And I'm like, okay, shut up, Bob, shut up. Do not tell the surgeons what they're doing. But after that, I guess it was working because, I do remember it, but I don't remember like being really in pain with it or anything. And I just remember it was like a tugging, like they're tugging on the back of you. And really what they were doing was tugging the giant clot out of your vein. And it was a little weird. It was a while. I mean, I remember it being a while. And we got to the end, and then the nurse goes, oh, we got it all out and all this. She goes, do you want to see it? And I'm like, no. I don't need to see it. And she's like, oh, most people want to see it. I'm like, I'm good. So I didn't see it, but now in retrospect, maybe I probably should have, but what are you going to do? And so anyway, it was supposed to take like an hour and a half, and it took like 2.5 to 3 hours. So I didn't get out of there till like 11 o'clock or so, and went into ICU. And my mom was freaking out because they told her it was only going to be an hour and a half. And obviously it was a lot longer. So she actually wanders into the surgery room because it was like, there's nobody operating on this floor except this one suite. So The one nurse is like, did you need something? She's like, is Bob here somewhere? And she's like, yeah, he's almost done. And they're like, she's like, oh, okay, because they said it was going to be sooner. So I mean, I give her credit. Only my mom. So I stayed in ICU overnight, and they put like a coffee can behind your knee so that with some padding because it's going to bleed, and they have you on blood thinners now. And it's it was pretty soaked in the morning. And then I ended up getting transferred over to like a more regular floor after that, like with it 24 hours later, and was there for I think another 4 days, just because they want to check on it. Your blood pressure is all screwed up and whatnot, and they have to make sure that you're accepting of the blood thinners and nothing else is going on and blah blah blah. And they did tell you that the blood clots in your lungs, they are small, but there's numerous clots, and they will get absorbed over time. So they didn't have to go in and do anything with them per se. But yeah, see, Henry. Yep. And so yeah, it's it makes you wonder. And I got home and my parents insisted, like, you're gonna stay with us for at least a week. And I'm like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, I'm trying to work because it's busy season for me. My crazy boss is texting me saying, well, the good news is that your events are still going fine and everything's good. I'm like, really? That's what you're going to tell me? Like, I have this major experience and you're telling me just to not worry because my events are still doing good. It's like, how about saying like, hey, how are you doing? What's going on with you? I'm so sorry this happened. It's like, anyway. So long story short, it was okay. I never really had like the crazy shortness of breath or any of that type of stuff going on with it. And I'm very, very lucky that everything worked out the way it did. And I did have a follow-up scan like 8 months later, like around December. And it showed that there was no blockage in the leg. It had not come back. They didn't do a scan of the lungs, but they had already pretty much everything was good. There was never any real issues that way. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking because you see kind of like your life flash before your eyes in a way. It's like, because the only experience I had with blood clots was like, it was always bad. It was always like, people don't survive this. And I've come to find out since then that there's a lot of people that do. There's obviously a lot, it's very serious, but yeah, it's crazy. And I don't know, it makes you appreciate things better. It makes you appreciate people and life and everything that you got, because you do take it for granted. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I still can't wrap my head around it entirely all the time. But it is what it is. And it's just one of those things you're glad you can say you got through it and on to the next. So the main thing in now is that I do see a cardiologist once a year. Everything's good. And I am on blood thinners for life because they consider this to be an unprovoked blood clot, which means basically that there was no rational reason that they came about. Usually there is a reason, like you have trauma to the area, you had surgery, you had a pregnancy, you had a long airplane flight, you had, there's a list of things that you could have had that would contribute to having a blood clot. And I had none of them clicked off for me. So it's unprovoked. They don't know what provoked it, what caused it. So all they can do now is just prevent a future one. So that is the purpose of being on the blood thinners, is to just make sure that the clotting does not, it's not normal clot levels, because that would have caused an issue, they think. So that's the main thing. So everyone's like, are you okay with that? And I'm like, well, that's the end of my extreme sports career. Because you do get more bruising and stuff like that if you're, really into like major sports and stuff. But but I don't do extreme sports. So to me, it's not a huge adjustment that way, but it's, if that's the worst thing, it's not the worst thing. So anyway, that's kind of that. And I get a little bit reflective of this time of year just because it's kind of a date on the calendar you kind of circle because something happened. And so I don't know if I'll, make a big deal about this next year necessarily, but it's the first year I've been doing this with the channel, so I figured I would at least share the story. And if it helps somebody else to hear it, then that's great. You know, it's kind of the thing. And like I said, it's a tough thing to wrap your head around because who expects this? You don't expect that. But I was walking the streets of Toronto just a few months later, and I did my event. It's funny because I could only do a certain amount of steps around the hospital. Like the physical therapist would come in and be like, you want to take a little walk? I'm like, okay. And so we're walking around and I'm going like, I have an event that I'm in charge of that's happening in like 7-8 weeks that I usually do like 18,000 steps at. And they're like, that's a good goal to shoot for. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do that because I have to get this done. So I did it, no problems. I did try to take it a little bit easier. So I did take some breaks more often than I usually do, but you gotta get back out there, right? So all good. And like I said, I was out driving up to Toronto and walking around all over the place a few months later. So I feel like that was a big accomplishment for me after all of that. So yeah, it's just a part of you, something that's happened. But you learn and live and go on from there. So anywho, I don't want to be downbeat about it, but I thought it was kind of a good time to share the story and stuff. And this way it's kind of like recorded. So if anybody wants to go back and learn about it or whatever, you can watch this video again as many times as you like. But I appreciate everybody's nice comments and thoughts in here, and prayers to Marie for her brother. And I appreciate everybody with the good thoughts. So, and as Matt says, you got to be proactive too. So, the one message out of all this is, at the very least, go and get an annual physical. At least don't put off going to the doctor if something you think is wrong. Obviously, I didn't think anything necessarily was wrong except the night before with that swollen leg. But, just make sure you're getting your regular checkups and stuff and get your screenings and things. Everything's important. So, just value yourself and put yourself first and making sure that you're looking out for yourself. So, and yourself better than anybody. If something doesn't seem right or feel right or whatever, then, get it checked out. So that's my message to anybody for anything. I do a lot of work with cancer, obviously. So that's my message to everybody, even with cancer related stuff. So there you have it. I don't know if the chat froze or something, because there has not been anything coming through chat in like about 5 minutes. But I don't know. Maybe I've just blown you all away. I don't know. But anywho, that was my yep. All right, Matt's testing and it's through. So hey, we're good. Chris Mills, hello. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Chris. So we're good to go. Yeah. So that was my little story there. My 2-year kind of anniversary story. But yeah, I'm glad to be here and driving everybody crazy still. So, and yeah, I did see, speaking of death defying, I saw that Vasily did the edge walk up on the CN Tower. I saw a great video of that over the weekend. I think that would be frankly more scary than anything else. So kudos to him for pulling that off. I don't know. I can't say that I'm like incredibly scared of heights, but I have a very healthy respect for them. I don't know if I would be jumping to do that. So, oh well. On the plus side, for those of you that reside in the greater TO, I just booked my hotel room for for August to come up and visit. So that's pretty cool. I got my tickets for Fan Expo. So I'm definitely looking forward to coming up and hanging out a little bit, and definitely going to the show and spending some time. I am still planning to go up to Montreal Con, hopefully. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing Dan Jurgens, one of the famous Superman artists. Hope that's going to be cool. Yeah, Chris, I hear you there. So very cool. I know. I hope it's going to be a nice, I know Brad won't like this, but I hope it's a nice hot summer. I know Marie will agree with me, but it was a long, cold winter, so it's time to balance it out. So that's how I look at it. But yeah. Oh, I'll be around, Yoshi. I'll be there, I think 4 days at least, maybe 5. So yeah, I'll be around, and we'll look forward to seeing you. So the summertime is coming before we know it, so I'm all right with that. It was actually pretty mild here today. We had a little bit of rain earlier, but it's been pretty mild. I think tomorrow's supposed to be equally mild, and then we're supposed to kind of go back down in the, not really the freezer, but it's pretty cold still. And then maybe it'll warm up by the weekend or so. So yeah, we're not quite to the most amazing weather. This is when I usually have a couple of nice chairs I put out on my front porch, because anybody who knows me knows I love to sit out on the front porch. Love it. That's kind of my decompress area, my de-stress zone. So I wait for that season to approach when we can be out on the porch with the chairs. And my parents will call me and say, "Are the chairs out on the porch?" Because that means they want to come down and hang out and visit for a little while. But I haven't put them out yet because it's still only the second week of April. But I think next week I might. So, but yes, I did see a post from Henry earlier today, which I want to say a happy birthday to Jamie 1985, who is an amazing human being, and a really cool guy and great friend. And I hope he's having an amazing birthday, because he certainly deserves it. And hope he's having the big piece of cake tonight, and sending a lot of good wishes to him and Goldie. So thank you. And if Jamie, if you're watching, I'm thinking of you today. So very cool. And that was nice of Henry to do too. I always enjoy seeing anything that Henry puts up there. So nice to see that he's getting closer to coming back. So if you haven't, or not aware of Henry, he is the guy behind Toronto Tech and Transit, which is an awesome YouTube channel that he hosts and does walk tubing on. He's been away for a while, but we are all anxiously awaiting him to come back. So feel free to go over and subscribe, so you'll see it when he pops back and is back in action again. And Trojan Elk Explorer, good to see you. Hello, and thanks for stopping in. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff going on. Vasily just did a really nice live stream from the Toronto Islands on Sunday, which was very nice. Kyle did a nice walk earlier today that I caught a piece of. Yoshi has been live in Niagara Falls. Liam was also live in Niagara Falls. And yeah, so lots of neat stuff happening. And hope everybody's had a chance to check out some of that cool stuff. Oh yes, that's right. Vasily also did the exciting retro party stream, which was in the top of the CN Tower. It was a pop-up party that was very cool. So you want to make sure you take a look at that too. So, and Liam has been bike riding and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So yeah, I know he was out biking just now to some secret location, he said. So I don't know where the location is, but I'm sure it's no longer a secret. But hopefully he's having fun. I know he likes his bike streams. So very cool. And what else? Mr. Frankie has been doing okay. He's been getting numerous walks. He's now up to 3 walks a day. Between my dad and me, and the weather being better, we're kind of taking shifts. So I walk him in the morning first thing when he wakes me up at like 6:30. It's our kind of walk with like virtually nobody around. And then I walk him like after lunch around like maybe 1 or 2. And then Dad sometimes will come down in the morning and walk him, or maybe if he does, then I usually stretch it and I walk him like at 4 o'clock. So, but he gets plenty of walks, and I went out doing some shopping on Saturday, and I have rehooked him up with plenty of treats, so he is totally restocked. He's got his freeze, or his is it freeze dried? Well, it's the dehydrated sweet potatoes slices. He likes those. And he's got his Blue Buffalo bacon and cheese biscuits. He likes those. Frankie likes basically everything, so this is just kind of just how it goes. And then he got his dehydrated chicken strips. Excuse me. And so he loves those most of all. So on top of all of his usual goodies, so he has a plethora. He's got a whole buffet ahead of him of things that he loves. So yes. So even if he goes to the islands, Vasily was first at the islands this year. He missed it by a day. Though apparently, if he's going to go there now, he's going to be biking it in the dark. So, okay. So yeah, we'll have to check that out and see what happens. I think he's got a light on his bike though, at least. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's good because there's really nobody on the islands right now. So maybe he's gonna have clear sailing to bike around on it. But yeah, Frankie gets all his treats. He's sleeping right now. He's already conked out for the nights after Jeopardy, so he's done. But he's doing okay. So I'm trying to think of what else is new and exciting to share, but not too much really. Just kind of in this stretch where it's just kind of work, and occasional other little things pop up. So I don't know how everybody else is doing out there, but I'm just happy to see the weather changing. Unfortunately, I wish the Jays would change a little bit. They've been on a really bad streak lately. It's just how it goes sometimes being a Jays fan, but they will turn it around once they get done having 45 people on the injured list, it seems like. Making moves. They have the potential there, so it's just they gotta get it going. And what else? Oh, that's been kind of the latest for me. Yeah, Mark, I think he is due back very soon. So I think he was making like one rehab start or something, but it was thankfully his injury wasn't like super super bad. So I think they just needed him to do like a couple simulated games and maybe start like one extra live game, and then he should be good to go. So it could be that later this week he could be okay. So thank you, Vasily, for sharing the link to the Relay for Life site. So that's actually, I think it's my personal page. So if you are, I don't obviously take super chats. I'm not monetized or anything like that, and I'm not looking for that. But if you're liking stuff and feel like you want to make a donation, you can make a donation through my personal page there to the Relay for Life, and the funds go to the American Cancer Society. I don't get any of those funds. It's, this is just a pure charity donation. So, but no pressure. Just it's there if you're interested. So, and I will try my best to get more pictures and stuff from it this year too. So, yeah, that's that. Trying to think of what else I can share or show you. We have not seen Kurt in the chat, so I can't show him the one book that I got that he might be excited about. I have been trying to get a little better organized. I know I sound like that every week. Oh yeah, so the Brad Palmer drone update is that there is no real update. I'm sure that's shocking, but nothing to report on at the moment. So it is coming. The weather's getting better. Eventually there will be an update, so stay tuned until there is an update. But right now there's no new update on it. So oh yeah. I don't know what else I can share with you guys. I've kind of run out of steam, I guess, with topics. We need Zaza Puppy in here to like start asking 1,000 questions or something. But yeah, it's kind of the same old, same old. So I don't know. Yeah, I hope everything's going well for all of you. Yeah, that's true, Brad. The less I fly it, the less chance I have to lose it. But I did get a new I was in Dollar Tree, which is our version of Dollarama, the other day, and they had a magazine that had some baking recipes and stuff in it. One of them is a recipe for pumpkin bread, which I know is way out of season at this point, but I ended up getting a can of pumpkin like in the clearance section. And now I'm like, I guess I got to do something with this. So I actually bought the magazine because I think I'm going to make pumpkin bread sometime this week. I got to use it up, right? So, oh well. When am I doing the edge walk? That's a good question. I think I might do the edge walk when Marie starts doing her YouTube channel. How about that? Do you watch the Masters? Now I tell you this much: my dad loves watching golf. Loves watching golf on TV. He will watch every weekend whatever tournament is going on. I haven't played in a while, but I know how to play, and I used to play a little bit more often. But I have not played in some time. I used to play with Dad mostly, but I wasn't horrible, but I wasn't good either. And it's yeah, I don't know. I mean, to watch golf on TV, it wouldn't be my first choice. But if Dad's watching it and I got to kill a little bit of time or something, then maybe I'll watch it with him. But normally I don't really watch much golf. So yeah, I know some of the names and stuff, but I don't really do much with it. You're not going to be in Toronto next week. Nope, I will not be in Toronto next week, or at least I'm not planning to. I mean, anything could change, right? But I'm not making any plans to. So I do not plan to be in Toronto until the end of August. So, but yeah, he was kind of in a league of his own when he was in his prime, right, Mark? It's kind of unfortunate the way things go, but he's certainly has made more than a name for himself over the years with the way he played. So definitely a legend there. See, I don't have to do the edge walk because Murray's not doing a channel, so no worries on that one. And yeah, that's true, Chris. It's very hard, very, very hard. So it doesn't discriminate whether you're wealthy or not. So, but yeah, I think you got a better chance of seeing me do the edge walk than seeing Kyle do the edge walk. But yeah, Vasily, I cannot imagine that I would do the edge walk. I don't know. I just can't. I just don't see myself doing it. So, but I might consider doing like a zip line or something. There's actually a zip line in Stowe, Vermont that goes down the mountain that I actually kind of have like half an interest in maybe doing. But I don't know. I'd have to have someone else that would want to do it because I don't want to just do it myself. And it's a little pricey too. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I do think that'd be kind of cool. So I might be up for that. So, oh yeah, see, Chris has done zip lines too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you're still up high and you're hanging by a wire. So it's like, what's the difference between that and being in the edge walk? But I guess because I'm moving and I'm not as high off the ground, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? It's the human brain goes in different directions, I guess. Ay. So, but I can't see myself doing the edge walk anytime soon. Ay. They should get it. They should get a zip line from the CN Tower over to the Pinnacle building. It might be. That would be hell of a zip line. I don't know. That's almost, it'd be like the next step on taking the CN Tower edge walk is then doing the zip line. At least at the edge walk, you're still technically on the edge. With the zip line, you're not. You're on the little wire and praying everything goes well. Oh gosh. But my dad and brother and nephew and a couple other people all went up to their hunting camp to do cut firewood this weekend on Sunday. Hiking back 4 miles into the deer camp to just cut firewood. I guess on the plus side, there's no bugs yet, but that's still kind of like, why? But oh well. At least I didn't get asked to go on that one. So there you go, the Spider-Man. Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to a little bit better weather and some of the summer stuff happening again, like concerts outside and just, activities. Everyone's got a little bit of spring fever, I think, to kind of get out of the house and just be outside a little bit. So I think at some point, we will see, I might try to do one of these chats out on the front porch on a nice night. Of course, the neighbors will hear me and be excited to listen in on whatever the heck I'm doing. But we'll manage that. Yes, please don't stream the Blue Jays game. You can take pictures, but you cannot stream the game. Oh gosh. But enjoy your first game too. That's pretty cool. My first Blue Jays game was actually at the Expo Stadium. So little known fact. But yeah, my first game at the actual Rogers Center was when they played the Mets. So that was pretty neat. And that's going back a few years now. But yeah. I don't know. So that's pretty much what I got for info. So I'm just kind of here to hang out for a bit, say hello. Just thank everybody for hanging out too, because I know it's part of your Monday night too. And I know people got things to do and places to go and people to see and all that good stuff. So I just appreciate that people come and hang out and listen to whatever I got to say and get in the chat and interact a little bit and all that good stuff. So I hope you find it interesting. And apologies too. I don't know why I'm yawning like this. This has been like the thing for the last few weeks is where I'm just like, I don't know. Yawning at night, yawning in the morning. Oh God. When are you going on your next road trip? Oh boy. I don't know if you'd call it really a road trip because it's not overnight, but I am planning to go to a comic show in Albany, New York at the end of May. I don't know if that really counts as much of a road trip, but yeah, that's, I guess, the next semi trip. My first road trip will probably be going to camp up at the beginning of July, late June. And then, of course, that's the day, or July 3rd, I'll be up going up to Montreal for the day. So, yeah. For me, Albany is like 90 minutes away. It's not super far. It's about, 80-something miles. So it's only about an hour and a half to the big city. Syracuse is a large city too, but and they're only about 45 minutes away. And I go there semi-regularly, at least maybe once a month, at least once every 2 months, just to kind of, it's also my territory, so to speak. So I kind of like, I've been going there anyway, just because it's, there's a bunch of different shops and stuff that I like checking out and all. And I've been quite a fan of their big public market. So I enjoy walking through there and on a Saturday and getting some cool stuff. Oh, I can tell you about that. I did actually get, part of my adventure on Saturday was getting a few things for my container gardens on the front porch. So Oh, that's cool. Vasili's going to go to Belleville. Very nice. Home of the Belleville Senators. So I got a package of summer squash seeds. So I'm going to do those in one of the containers out front. And I know that their vines go everywhere. So yeah, I'm aware of that. And then I went and got, actually, I'll bring them over here. Last year, I started some extra containers, and I got a container of rhubarb. Ta-da! And I think it didn't really take off super well. Like the one plant did okay, but it didn't really take off, and the other one didn't do anything. So I have to redo them this year. So I got a new pack of them for trying this year. So we'll see. It says guaranteed to grow. We'll see. I guess we'll test that theory. But yeah, we'll see. I like strawberry rhubarb a lot too, and I found a number of different recipes for different rhubarb stuff. So we used to, when we were kids, my parents still have this ginormous rhubarb plant in the backyard, and we would go out in the backyard and they would cut stalks off for us and peel them, and then we dip them in sugar and eat them. And as kids, we thought it was great. So it was quite a novelty. Maybe we just like the sugar. I don't know. But it was pretty cool. So they still, that plant, you cannot kill that plant for anything. It's been there for, God, 50, 60 years easy. And it's still going strong. So he gets like, I think 4 or 5 crops of rhubarb a year from it. And yep, it's one of those you can't do a whole lot wrong with once it takes and goes. So I'm hoping mine will take and go. We'll see how that all works out. And then probably next month is when I go to like one of the garden centers and pick out all of the contestants for the new year to go in my front porch pots, flowers and all that good stuff, and see who makes it through the year. I have to pick stuff that the skunks don't like because apparently they come and chew some of the flowers. I've had good luck the last couple of years where they haven't attacked them, but the first year was bad. So, hey, Kevin, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Kevin, look and see. Certificate of Achievement. The certificate confirms I have successfully completed the Chopsticks Master Course, signed by YSSC President Yoshi himself. So I'm sure you'll be envious of that certificate and want to get one yourself. So we'll have to send details on the on the course. So I'm sure Janet probably already has one. But there you have it. Vasily might be able to hook you up. Hint, hint. So yeah. So rhubarb's on the agenda. The summer squash, we'll see how that goes. I usually try to plant. What did I plant last year? I think I planted radishes, which I don't know why I did entirely, but I thought they'll last in a container. They didn't really. So, Vasily. Oh God. Well, this is quite the accomplishment. So we have to kind of, be celebrating these things. Brad's going to start germinating his garden next week. All right. Nice. Yeah, we, in the Northeast, our growing season isn't super, super long. It's worse in some places, but it's still not super long. So our last frost here isn't usually, the danger of frost isn't usually passed until like the first week of May, second week of May. So it's, you got to start them indoors, or you got to get stuff that's going to really get going. So the thing I've learned with corn, at least my dad told me this a while ago, Brad, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm guessing it is that with corn, you can't grow like one stalk. You have to have like several, you have to plant a bunch of corn. It doesn't do well if just you only plant like 1 or 2. It has to have like a stand of it. So I haven't really tested that theory, but everybody that I know who does, farming around here has told me that you have to have more than just a few corn stalks. You got to do more. So, but yes, that would be the summary. Thank you, Vasily. I don't know if that's helpful or not. Maybe you have to like Google it and see what else, but sunflowers I think are a little better. I don't think you necessarily have to have like, thousands of them, but I think with the corn, it definitely needs, maybe it's because of cross pollination or something. I don't know, but you got to have several corn stalks. So, but I don't know. There's got to be some YouTube video on it, I'm sure. Tips for growing corn. I don't know. See who's offering them up. But yeah, the gardening season will be going underway, and I'll have to put up pictures of what I've chosen for this year's contestants up front. See who survives the year. And I do try to plant some vegetables. Just like super easy stuff, like maybe lettuce. And I do plant basil, and that usually does pretty well. Though I don't really use it very much, so I don't know why I plant it, other than it smells good and it keeps mosquitoes away. So I may try to do that again this year and maybe actually try to use it, because fresh basil can be really good. And now that I'm doing lasagnas and whatever, maybe I can try to incorporate that a little bit. So it's a sunflower year. Let's hope so. I'm all for sun, so I would not complain if we get a nice sunny, warm summer. Yeah, I do the same, Brad. When I think of it, I think of Cynthia sunflowers. I was thinking of her the other day. So looking at some old pictures of some of the different sunflower fields I took in September. So that was a pretty cool road trip. But anywho, I guess it's my show for the week. I don't know what to tell you. But my brother does jalapenos too, Kevin. So yeah, I appreciate that. And a lot of people here do tomatoes. They just you gotta get them started. That's the problem. You can't just like start them from seed outside because the season's too small. So people will start them indoors and then buy the starter plants, and then it's a rush to see who in the neighborhood gets the first tomato. It's always been kind of fun. Oh God. Very cool. I know, Kevin. If you're growing the jalapenos, you got to save some for Yoshi. I'm sure he'd like some fresh jalapeno. But and kudos to Yoshi too, because the other day he was at the one of a kind show and sampled 6 different hot sauce to try to impress me, which was very noble of him. So there you go. So yeah, hello to Henry if you're lurking. Much respect. And Kurt Affairs, it is good to have seen you in a stream yesterday. And thank you to everybody who stops by and says hello and hits the like button and leaves a comment and does all that stuff, because it makes me feel like, let's do this again another week. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't have too much to say, but somehow we make the hour go by. And I hope it brings some comfort to people that are just looking for someone to catch up with. And I hope everybody knows how much I appreciate them and for all they do. So hope you all have a great week. Maybe I'll see you in some different chats here and there. Get your screenings. Take care of yourself. And as Henry would say, treat yourself because you deserve it. So thank you to everybody. Appreciate all of you. And I will see you next week. Okay? Have a great night. Talk to you soon.